The three men who chased down Ahmaud Arbery have been found guilty of murder following his 2020 death in South Georgia, which led to a wave of racial justice protests and resurgence of Black Lives Matter movement in the U.S., which his death brought out a lot of things. It brought out Grandmaster Jay and his militia group, the Not Fucking Around Coalition. I mean, it brought out a lot of people because this was a senseless killing. And yes, they are convicted of the murder, but they still have a chance to live their life out in prison because allegedly they're going to give them a sentence of life in prison. Travis McMichael and his father Greg McMichael and their neighbor William Roddie Bryan were each convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery, who was unarmed, after pursuing him in February last year and claiming without evidence he had been involved in a spat of burglaries in their neighborhood. On Wednesday, the jury returned unanimous verdicts, convicting Travis McMichael, who opened fire on Ahmaud Arbery 3 times with a pump-action shotgun, on all 9 counts, including charges of malice and felony murder. His father, Greg McMichael, who carried a Magnum revolver but did not open fire, was convicted on 8 of the 9 counts, including felony murder. Their neighbor, Bryan, who pursued Ahmaud Arbery in a separate vehicle and said he was not carrying a firearm, was also convicted on 6 of 9 counts, also including the charge of felony murder. The 3 men each stood before the judge, Timothy Wamsley, who read the verdicts to the courtroom before remanding the defendants into custody. They face life in prison and will be sentenced at a later date, with the court deciding whether any of them are eligible for parole. None of the men expressed emotions as the verdicts were read. Marcus Arbery, Ahmaud's father, was heard shouting in triumph in the courtroom as the first guilty verdict was read, while Ahmaud Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, began weeping as the last guilty verdict was heard. And it shows you that people are very heartless. They show no emotion, which is, what kind of emotion could you show when in your heart you know that you are guilty of a crime? So I don't know what emotion they were supposed to show. But at the same time, these are heartless individuals. I don't believe it's that easy to take a person's life for most of us. But for some, the evil rage that's inside of us will allow us to take a life and think nothing of it. And this young man, they took his life and thought nothing of it. But I don't agree with the life sentence. For the people that do know my stance is if you intentionally kill someone, you need to be intentionally executed yourself. And that's my stance, and I'm sticking to it all the way. And that's what I believe should happen to these 3 gentlemen. Even the 2 that didn't shoot, they were still accessory. They were still a part of the plot to go and kill this man that was just jogging through the neighborhood. And it's just a shame. See, so when I speak about the deaf culture is not just young people. It's older people too that are a part of the deaf culture. We're killing somebody, it's nothing. They don't even have a sense of remorse with it. Because you got 3 guys and 1 guy. The 3 guys could have just beat him up. That would have been easy. Beat him up, held him, called the police. You didn't have to kill him, and now you're in trouble. We have to be careful out here. We can't let anger and animosity rule our lives. Because if you act without thinking, you can find yourself in a predicament that you can't get out of. And with this, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south, unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.
I'm not who you think I am. Your perception is a lesson with a fail grade on it. Steady living life like I would never see the morning. True shit, man, I'm more than pain, I'm more than stain on sidewalk, I'm more than black skin on my face. Destined to be great, gotta elevate. Mind elevation is the game that I gotta play. Gotta win, gotta find escape to a better day.